Welcome to Redneck Apocalypse. This is a lighthearted push your luck game for 2 to 4 rednecks and usually plays in under an hour. The corner store where you normally get your beer and your grub has mysteriously closed down, and it's been closed for 2 whole days. People are going nuts. They're down to their last few beers, 8 actually, and they're scrounging for food and parts so they can fix up their rig and get out of this pander-monium. And you win by being the first player to fix up your rig without running out of your beer first. As you can see my rig sheet, I do have a tire hooked up, but I need these other rig parts here throughout the game so I can finish my rig. So on your turn, you'll first choose a redneck. You have a crew of 3, a dumpster diver, a mechanic, and a sharpshooter. I'll choose Betty Lou, who requires a beer to get her out scrounging. Then I'll flip over scrounging cards up to a max of 5. There's 2 out right now. Then I'll roll my dice and re-roll Yahtzee style up to 3 times. If I happen to roll a TV icon, my mechanic cannot resist watching NASCAR, so this die can't be re-rolled. If I don't like some of my dice after my 3 rolls, I can choose to spend energy for re-rolls at the rate of 1 energy per 1 die. If you happen to run out of energy, you are stuck at 0 until the end of that turn. Then you would lose a beer and then reset up to 4. Energy is good to have for re-rolling your dice when you're scrounging, but also when there's a scuffle, which we'll cover in a minute. You'll usually also need energy to use action cards. You start the game with a hand of 4 action cards. Note that you can use these on any player's turn, yours or another's, but you can only draw back to a hand of 4 at the end of your turn. So next, I'll use my icons that I've rolled and in order to get the cards here. You'll notice the cost at the bottom of the card. So for example, I would need 2 shotguns to get this lovely possum, which would give me 3 energy here. So if I had happened to roll 3 dumpsters, I could acquire these cards, and I could save these for later, or I could use them now. And 2 of these cards together can be used to create the tool icons to help you to get your parts. So for this example, let's say that I'm acquiring these cards, but I'm also using them in this turn, and I've got these 2 plus the bonus tool icon from Betty Lou, and I'm going to get this truck bed. But wait, if another player doesn't have this part, they could scuffle me for it. I might have an action card that I could cancel this, such as the slick as a greased pig, and it would cost me 1 energy. But the other player may also pitch a fit. This is a card that cancels any action card. So maybe I am stuck in this scuffle, but maybe I also have a shotgun bonus action card, which also costs an energy. So I already have a redneck in play, Betty Lou, and I have to use her whether I want to or not. The other player can choose any redneck, but they have to pay the cost. So if they choose Shirley and their sharpshooter, it would cost them 1 beer. Scuffle is both of us rolling our dice. Whoever has the most firepower wins. Note that we only roll our dice once. There's no re-rolls, unless, of course, you use energy. So hopefully you see why energy is nice to have. Scuffle like this, if you tie, the active player wins, but both players could choose to push their luck and use more and more energy to re-roll and use action cards as well. Now my turn is over. Flip over my redneck since they are plumb tuckered out, and any other rednecks that were in the scuffle also are exhausted. I also will draw back up to a hand of 4 action cards. And at any point in the game, if I don't like my action cards, I can spend a beer to discard and redraw any number of these. Hopefully this gives you a good feel for the game, and thanks for checking it out.